let's talk about something that's been around since, well, forever: sex work. In Colombia, it's no different. It's a line of work that has evolved tremendously over the years, especially in recent decades. Picture this: the streets of Bogotá, Medellín, or Cartagena, where for years sex workers would appear after dark, hoping to make a living in a world of shadows. But fast forward to today, and the picture has changed. Historically, sex work in Colombia, like in many other countries, was primarily street-based. Workers would operate in certain neighborhoods or zones of tolerance, where the police largely turned a blind eye as long as things didn't get too out of control. These areas, like La Candelaria in Bogotá, became infamous for their nightlife. It was a hard life, dealing with the dangers of the streets, the constant threat of violence, exploitation by pimps, and the social stigma that made it nearly impossible for these workers to live openly or safely. Colombia's complicated relationship with sex work stems from a mixture of socioeconomic factors. Poverty, lack of education, and limited opportunities pushed many into the trade. And with a country as diverse and complex as Colombia, it wasn't just a matter of the big cities. Women and men from rural areas, displaced by decades of conflict, found themselves forced into sex work to survive. But as with most things in life, the internet changed the game. The rise of digital platforms created a new way for sex workers to connect with their clients without ever having to step foot outside. Enter OnlyFans, the platform which revolutionized sex work globally and made life particularly easier for sex workers in Colombia. Suddenly, sex workers didn't have to limit themselves to working at night in sketchy areas. They could stay home, set up a camera, and reach clients from all over the world. And the best part? They could do it on their own terms. No middleman, no pimps, no shady hotels, just a direct line to their clients, all from the comfort of a ring-lit bedroom. It's like being able to quit your job at the office and becoming a remote worker, except with fewer Zoom meetings and more. In the past, they were at the mercy of clients and exploitative systems. Now, they set their prices, choose what content to create, and can block clients they don't want to deal with. It's not just about survival anymore, it's about thriving. While some sex workers used to hide their profession, now many of them proudly own their space online. They create brands, have dedicated fan bases, and some have even become social media influencers. But it's not just about the money, though that part has certainly helped. Before, sex workers were limited to how many clients they could see in a night. Now, a single post can bring in tips and subscriptions from dozens, even hundreds of followers. And let's be honest, what's better than getting paid to stay at home in your PJs? Well, minus the fact that they probably aren't wearing PJs, but you get the point. Of course, it's not all sunshine and steady Wi-Fi. The stigma surrounding sex work in Colombia hasn't disappeared just because it's gone digital. The law in Colombia is also a bit of a gray area. While prostitution is legal, pimping and running brothels aren't. And when it comes to digital sex work, there's still a lack of clear regulation. Some argue that platforms like OnlyFans are exploiting workers, taking a hefty cut of their earnings and providing little protection in return. Leaked content, harassment, and hacking are real issues that many Colombian sex workers have faced in the digital age. But despite these challenges, the shift to online platforms has been a game changer for many, offering a sense of safety and financial independence that was previously out of reach. So, what does the future look like for Colombian sex workers? As more platforms emerge and sex work continues to go digital, it's clear that Colombian sex workers are becoming more tech-savvy, independent, and empowered than ever before. In a way, they've become entrepreneurs, managing their own business, marketing their own content, and finding new ways to make a living in a digital world. But it's not just about the money or the tech. It's about safety, dignity, and the right to control your own life. Now, all we can do is wait and see what's next. Maybe there'll be an app for it.